let's set the scene. Torwulf stands in the middle of Berden. It's this small village. Every house looks different to pronounce the individuality of everyone who lives there. And you're surrounded by a dozen people who make themselves ready for fight, right? They are strong warriors, men and women, making ready, sharpening their axes, maybe putting on some leather armor. You know, talking with people, saying their goodbyes. And Torwulf stands in between them, and he still feels this weird connection to this relic. There was a relic that he encountered only briefly when he came to Berden. It was hidden in a sack, and he didn't know what it was, but he felt a connection from his axe to the relic that rattled him and nearly cost him his life in the fight. And remembering this, Torwulf goes to Talus, one of the respected fighters of the village, who is also making ready to come with them. He's shouldering this big hammer that he has, and Torwulf goes to him and goes, "Talus, I had a question regarding the relic that was nearly stolen yesterday. No, the day before, whenever I came to help you fight." Talus goes, "All right, yeah, what do you want to know?" Well, first of all, I'd like to know what it is, because, you know, I kind of had this weird feeling come over me when I was close to it. And this is the first question I want to ask the chat today. What is the weird relic from Berden that made a connection with the axe? Talus goes, "Well, I don't know, it's like our totem, right? The people who came here brought it with them when they settled this place. It's a small statue. It has the runes of the old world on it. And yeah, it's like it brings us luck, and it stands for the individuality of all of us. So I don't know what the thieves wanted with it. It's just a statue." And Torwulf hears this, and he immediately remembers the dream, the vision that he had, where he felt an aura of death emanating from a broken statue that then turned to snow when he touched it with his axe. And he sees it, and then he puts it together, right? And he asks Talus, "So the statue is still intact, nothing is broken?" And Talus goes, yeah, it's completely fine, thanks to you and to all of us who fought those bastards. We got it back safe, and yeah, it's hard to break, you know, it's metal inlays and everything, so the people knew what they were doing when they did this. I don't know why they would take it. It's not worth a lot, I think, not to anyone else but to us. And Torwulf goes, okay, maybe they wanted to destroy it. Talus thinks, why would they do that? It's just a statue, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. Is it possible that I could see it? And Talus just shrugs and goes, yeah, sure, come with me. And he leads Torwulf to the to a shrine they have. Like, it's clear that the shrine was just is like barely repaired, right? The bandits came in and they broke it off, and so there are pieces of wood scattered around. There's even some blood still visible, and but the statue is standing on this small little wooden and stone shrine, and Torwulf sees like the exact statue that he saw in his dream, but it's not broken. It's completely intact. and stands. It's smaller than he had seen in his dream, but still exactly the same. And the runes inscribed on it are written in the human language. And he looks at it and goes, "This is incredible." And again, he feels this weird feeling from his axe as he gets closer to it. And so, would you mind if I... And he just goes for the axe and very gently holds it against the statue. Now, I am going to ask the oracle if something good happens when he does that. You know, because something bad could happen as well. But I think after all of this, it's very likely that something good happens, right? But, you know, something bad could happen. And, because, yeah, right, the axe hated the statue. That is true, Danielas. Thank you for reminding me. The axe felt extreme hatred towards the statue. I forgot that. So, I'm gonna pump it up to 50-50. Does something good happen? Yes. Alright, but that doesn't mean that the hatred is gone, right? So it feels like the axe doesn't like being touched against this statue. But the statue itself is suddenly looking a bit different. It's the runes that were inscribed by humans start to glow a bit, and Talus makes a step back and says, "What's going on? What are you doing?" And Torwulf just takes the axe away and goes, "I don't know, I felt like this is something I should do." And the axe immediately, the hatred subsides, like the feeling of deep hatred subsides when he takes it away from the statue. And the runes that are inscribed on the statue start to ever so faintly glow and change their form just enough and grow just a little bit beyond what they were. And it looks like they were made of roots that have grown just a little bit beyond what they originally were. It's still readable, it's still very elegant. The statue's suddenly, I don't know, it looks taller, but that can't be, right? And Torwulf just looks at it, looks at his axe, and feels like this deep hatred that he had for it, for the statue, has now been dulled to a low animosity, maybe. Something that's still not pleasant, but maybe tolerated. And it's just such a weird feeling. And some people noticed around, right? And maybe they gather and they're like, what happened? What did you do with our statue? Hey, what's that fucker doing? First he's taking some of our people to fight some random bandits, and now he's fucking with our statue. What's going on? And then people start to gather, and Torwulf turns around and goes, "This is a magical axe that was blessed by the old gods, and I followed a vision that I had. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to intrude on anybody." And he's trying to compel the people to, be nice. On a miss, they refuse or make demands which cost you greatly. Pay the price. This is a great start. The current situation worsens. That fucker changed our statue! And people turn around. It's and Talus is look, guys, he just, this is a magical shit. I don't know anything about it. What the fuck? And people start coming out of houses now, and some of the warriors that wanted to go with him start to roll up and go like, what's going on here? But what the fuck did you do with our statue? What? I thought we wanted to kill some bandits. What's this? And Torwulf is like, guys, like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I had a vision from an old god named Varnish. And everybody goes like, what the fuck? What are you doing, man? Come on, there were bandits, they attacked us, they wanted to get this thing, maybe for something, and now you did something to it. What are we supposed to think here? And he goes, oh man, guys, I killed a bear. Remember when I killed a bear? And they go, fuck off with your fucking bear, man. Our statue. Suddenly, it's like, it's a tense situation, right? Torwulf, do you have any idea, chat? Do you have any idea how to get out of it? Yeah, probably. You can see somewhere in the distance. No one can see this, but somewhere we see Verdana going, oh, this dude. Humans. All right. Torwulf goes, look, I am so sorry. The statue, I know the statue means a lot to you. I had a vision from a god. What was I supposed to do? I can't just ignore this. The way my trust in this god helped me defeat this giant monster of a bear. I don't mean to offend anyone, but this was necessary. I feel it in my bones. The ex hated the statue before. Now it's different. It's like it became a part of whatever this world is. I'm starting to get a sense of everything. Like, all of this is connected. And people start to murmur and go like, who is this guy? Is he a druid? Is he a... What do you know about the old gods? I still know little about the old gods, but Varnish has chosen me. And like then there's murmuring and old gods and what the fuck is going on? And this is not... Like, I thought we were just killing some bandits. Suddenly it's a holy thing and it's old gods. We don't worship. We are humans. We don't come from this continent. That is some elven shit and we don't deal with that. And yeah, it's a very tense situation, and Torwulf is like losing more and more of the hold he had over these people, right? Of his influence. And he sees some of the warriors maybe even start to pack it in and like, yeah, I'm not following that guy. So he has to do something to get their trust back. And I think... What do you got? I think, if you have an idea, I'm all ears, but I think... another bear. Yeah, I think another bear would be probably... could work, sure. But, you know... maybe not as well as you would hope. No, I know it's just a joke. I think he will take the axe, and while everybody is still murmuring, he will say, "You don't have to trust me, but trust that the old god Varnish is watching me." And then he takes the axe and he holds it straight against the statue again. Right? First time he just held to it closely, and when it started to change, he pulled it away. Now he just goes at it. He takes the axe, goes at it, and yeah, and and then he hopes for basically a divine sign. Now, what role is it if the gods answer? I think it would be probably an oracle role, right? Like I can't compel a god or something. I mean, that's oracle shit in the old sense. So let's ask the oracle. Question is, Is it likely that the god will help? Is it unlikely? Is there a small chance? I would say after all of this, it's probably a 50-50 chance. So I'm gonna go with that. Gut feel. Does Varnish answer and change the statue? Yes. Alright. We are even in unlikely territory. So he holds the axe against the statue. And then the glow comes over the runes on the statue again. This time doesn't subside because he holds the axe to it. People are murmuring, someone is shouting, "Hey, what is he doing?" But then they all quiet and silence falls over the crowd as they watch their statue grow. Like the stone and the metal grow bigger. The small wooden shrine breaks under it. It falls to the ground, still standing upright and still growing. It's the statue of a human, and it grows. Now it's as tall as a human being, and the runes on it start to glow and start to change, like the roots that I described earlier grow, and the runes change form, and they change appearance and aren't even recognizable for a short period of time. And Torwulf still stands there, feeling now a strain on his body and on his axe, but still strong. And he watches the runes change, and then they get their form. They change their form into the runes of the old gods. The same runes he has on his axe, the same runes that the elves use. And the statue grows, and then when the runes are finished, it stops. It's maybe a bit taller than a normal man, and it resembles somewhat the people of Bandit, right? It's tall, it's buff, it has the pelt of a bear around its shoulders, but these metal inlays and the runes are carved in the stone and the metal. And then Torwulf takes the axe away once he feels that whatever this communion was between the axe and the statue has ended. Doesn't know exactly what it was, and he has a feeling that some exchange took place, but he doesn't know exactly what it was. And he feels a strain on his body, and I'm gonna make him endure stress for this. It's a weak hit, so it's 1 spirit. Because just the strain on his mental capabilities, and he breathes deeply when he turns around, sweating. And he looks at a silent crowd. And then he says again, "People of Burden, I was sent by Varnish to stop those bandits destroying the ritual sites, to make sure that the Guldrat stays in the caves and is calmed. I need people to help me fight them. And you strong, free people of Bandit, you are the ones he sent me to." And then he starts to walk away. And I think I'm gonna roll Compel again. And I'm gonna give us a bonus of +1. And I'm gonna say that even on a miss, we don't lose any people. But maybe we get some more through this, right? It's a wee kid. Envision what they want. Alright. More people come towards Torwulf, who kind of wanted to take a breather, but they go, alright, we can help you. Like a strong woman steps forward, wild red hair going everywhere, leather armor, has a spear in her hand, and goes, right, we can help you, sure. But what about the statue? Who's going to teach us about Varnish and all of this? Like, we don't know shit about the old gods. We can't just go and then fight some bandits with us, and then we're gonna what? Just have this weird magic statue in our village? You have to come back and have to teach us what you know, and we have to find out what all of this means. And Torwulf nods and goes, yes, I agree. I think this goes a lot deeper than just some bandits in the valley, but you're right. I will come back. I'm already on a quest to learn more about the old gods, and I will tell you everything I find out. And then they go, swear it then. Swear it on the iron of your axe. Yes, alright. Pulls the axe out, takes his hand on the head of the axe and goes, I swear by the iron of my axe, I will come back with you, and I will tell you everything I know about the old gods, everything I've learned. I will teach you what it means to worship Varnish, as he so clearly has blessed your village and me, and given us a task to complete. And yeah, I'm gonna swear an iron vow. Where is it? Swear an iron vow. Too hard. Maybe before I do that, I think I will forge a bond with the community. Yeah. Roll plus hard. Alright. Alright. It's a strong hit. Awesome. Take note of the bond. Mark a tick on your bond progress tick and choose one. Take +1 spirit. I think I get the spirit back. And yeah, we get a bond with Bandit Village, which now means that we are bonded to the people here. In the Frostclaw Valley, and small village, tough and individual. Right? And you know, Alice, an older fighter. And yeah, now we are bonded to the village. So our vow that we swear gets a +1. I think that makes a lot of sense after all that we did together. Right. Great start on this vow. You face a significant obstacle before you can begin your quest. Envision what stands in your way. Press on, suffer -2 momentum. Alright, I suffer -2 momentum. Nothing is working, right, Daniel? It's crazy. Did I add the +1? I think I did, right? Even so, it wouldn't matter. 7 still wouldn't hit. Okay. Tell me, chat, if you can, what is the obstacle? Like, the obstacle that we must overcome before we can actually start this journey. I think I have an idea. Yeah. If you have an idea, feel free to tell me. The statue isn't happy that Varnish steals followers. Right. I see that I never spelled it out. Varnish I spell with with an F and a double R, but that is not like important. Right. Does the statue steal followers? I feel like the statue is now part of the old god thing, right? Like he changed it to fit him. Same with the axe, right? Where the axe is now through the runes and the magic of the old gods, it was basically christened to become a part of this world and to not be a part of the old world anymore. That's what my headcanon says. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my idea on this one. He swears this iron vow, and then what the other villagers see is that his eyes roll back into his head, and they just see the white of his eyes. And he goes, "Aw," and just looks into the sky, still holding the axe, and he has a direct vision from Varnish. And yeah, I like this. Maybe he. What does he see? Like I'm describing a scene of what he sees, and maybe you describe a scene of what he sees, and I'm like he's gonna see multiple things, right? The first thing he sees is like the bandits destroying the ritual sites, and he sees himself running towards them, and then suddenly there are arrows out of nowhere, and he gets killed like in an instant, and is dead, and all his quest is gone, and like he feels this death. And then the next vision, he sees two shadowy entities. He doesn't know who they are. He only knows they shake hands, like clasp forearms, and make a deal about something, and that is important somehow. And he doesn't know who they are, what the deal is, but he realizes it's important for his quest that he is on. Then the next vision he has is the village of Berden is surrounding him as he is standing in front of the statue, talking, explaining. He doesn't understand what he himself is saying, but he looks older, maybe a bit wiser, and you can see that like time has passed. So it's not like we kill the bandits and then I'm gonna tell them everything I know. It's like this vow will, take time. Next vision, he sees animals of the forest running towards him. Every animal there are rabbits, deer, there are bears, wolves, but also birds. Every bird of the forest, like even a fox maybe. Everything just comes out of the woodwork and runs towards him, and he tries to run away, but he can't, and just the pure mass of animals runs him over. He dies again. Next vision, he sees Frostclaw village, his home village, in flames, burning. Everything is dead, like the smith that gave him the axe. Everyone of his village, every one of his childhood friends dead. Burning houses everywhere, a cold snowstorm, and then, like, silhouetted by the fire of his burning village, this giant, angry monster, the Guldrat. Maybe, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 meters tall. Weird matted fur that just looks black against the blazing fires, and this weirdly shaped skull that is only bones with antlers coming out of it in every direction, deep black eyes in which themselves a dark burning red ember glows, and it just runs towards him, and this is the time where he gets out of the vision and just like shivering, holding the axe, breaking down on one knee. And I'm pretty sure I have to endure stress for this one. It's a weak kid, so we lose 1 spirit again. Great start, guys! This is awesome! So he like sees visions where he has died again and again, and weird things that don't seem connected at all, and he just looks exhausted, and people around him go, I mean, that's a pretty strong vow, I guess. Alright, yeah. That's good enough for me. And yeah, more people start packing their things, and now it's close to 24 people that come with him to kill those bandits, but he's like done. He's so he's sweaty, and like he has to blink often to get this to get like just his vision back, and it's blurry and everything just seems out of focus for a time, and he stumbles forward and just breathes heavily. But no one is there to explain this to him. Everybody just saw him taking a vow. He doesn't know how long it took to have all these visions, but it doesn't seem to have bothered anyone else. It's just like that his eyes maybe just rolled back, and he seemed very intent on his vow. And yeah, so the other people around him start to gather their things. Alright, Torwulf takes probably maybe a couple minutes by himself, just breathing, thinking through whatever he just saw, and then he starts on his way, I guess. He starts to gather the people around. Talus is there with him. And yeah, then he goes, alright, people, thank you all so much for joining. We will show these bandits what the free people of the Frostcore Valley can do when they are united. Everyone goes, yes! And they start to walk. I don't think I have to roll for the journey when there are 24 people in a group. That would be, I think, unnecessary. Like, there's not, like, yeah, when there are some wolves, 24 warriors can deal with a pack of wolves or bear or something. It's not like there's a danger that we saw until now that I can really get to them. The question becomes, should they go to Holmlund, or should they go to the bandits? What do you guys think? Will they go to Holmlund, the village that they know is conspiring with the bandits? Or would they go straight to the bandits? Oh, Holmlund maybe has some answers, maybe has Maybe you can find out more about the bandits, some weak points or something. We don't know if Holmlund and the bandits are one and the same. Maybe all the bandits are from Holmlund, and attacking a fortified place like Holmlund would be a bad idea. It seems like we have to gather information, right? So I'm gonna roll gather information, but I feel like there are some hunters that are way better at scouting than our little woodcutter boy. So they will go and come back, and we, or maybe not, we will see. But this is the gather information, and we're gonna roll on shadow. And I think we have a shadow of 1, so we're gonna say that the other guys have a shadow of 3. So we're gonna give a modifier +2. And let's see what happens. A weak hit. Information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Alright, so. Alright, let's say this. I mean, if you have an idea, you can always chime in. But for now, I would say yes. For now, I would say that the scouts come back. One of the 2 scouts comes back. Yeah, I did take 1 momentum. Thank you. And one of the scout comes back, right? Is it? And I'm gonna ask the oracle which one. Is it the scout from the bandits that comes back? Yes. Alright, so the scout who went to Holmlund didn't return, right? That is the complication that we face. The scout from the bandits says, alright, there are bandits. There are more than we are, so... But they are gathered in many, like, camps. Like, it's not one big camp of bandits. There are many of them. They seem to be surrounding 3 ritual sites. So they are basically camping next to those ritual sites which have been destroyed. And yeah, there's other things that are there that have been destroyed. Some weird, I don't know, some broken things seem to be... couldn't really make out what it was. It just saw a pile of things that were broken. And yeah, it seems to be 3 camps of bandits surrounding 3 ritual sites. And yeah, the other guy doesn't return. So we sit there and I ask Talus, what can we do? Like, the other guy didn't return. Do we have to send someone after him? Is it... I'm not comfortable just leaving him there. Talus goes, right. I don't know. I mean, he is a hunter, so maybe he just takes more time, but we waited long enough. He should be back by now. I fear that something happened to him. And I know what you mean. I don't like leaving him behind. And again, Torwulf says, if we split our group, we are even less people to fight the bandits. We can't really afford to send someone after him. I don't know what to do. So, what do you guys think they decide? That's the people of Berdan and Torwulf together. Would they decide to rescue the scout, or would they go after the bandits? Because they know where the bandits are now. They know that together they are more than they are, but right now they are split in 3 camps. So that would make a fight possible or even advantageous. If we go to Holmlund, we maybe rescue the scout, But maybe the bandits get alerted to our presence as well and start to fortify their positions. It's a difficult decision. True. They can still gather information in Holmland as well. We don't know what Holmland is like. Maybe it's easy pickings. Maybe the bandits are the warriors of Holmland, so Holmland only has a few people left. We don't know it. We just don't know. Holmland is an unknown. This is a difficult decision. And Tellus says, you know what? I'm gonna put it to the vote. That's how we do it in Berden. Right? We are free people. We can decide ourselves. Everybody okay with following the majority? Everyone in Berden is very used to this, right? Going like in a group of such fierce individuals who work together in a group, there have to be some like rules, and in Berden usually it's vote of majority, and people go with it even if they don't like it. And yeah, so they take a vote, and yeah, that's a good point as well, right? They someone says, what if they caught our spy, our hunter, and are already sending people to the bandits to alert them? Then we have to act now and fight the bandits now before they get this message. And yeah, so they put it to a vote. I think I think it's a 50-50 chance. Just 50-50. Let's go. Do they fight the bandits? Yes. Everyone looks like with a grim look on their face go, right. When they caught our hunter, they either have killed him already or they will kill him when we arrive there. We can't do anything for him now. The only thing we can do is fulfill the mission that he was on as well, and that is get those fuckers. The fuckers that try to take the statue, the people that ruin the ritual places. Maybe we find out what's going on. Let's go. And so the group of warriors of Berden and Torwulf all nod, and it is decided they will go after the bandits and kill all of them. At least that is the plan. We know sometimes things don't really work out. But they start their approach to the first ritual place where the bandits have a camp. And like you can see the ritual place. It's in the hills that start to grow into the mountains, right before the mountains proper start. There are these hills, and on one of the on a hilltop there's this place that is surrounded by standing stones, and that has an altar in the middle where usually it has an altar in the middle there where usually the sacrifices will be placed, right? Like the offerings, I should say, not sacrifices. Like the offerings are placed, and it's just an utter mess, right? The altar has been not tilted. It has been capsized. I don't know. It has been thrown over, and some of the standing stones have been weirdly adjusted, and maybe there are some markings on them. There is like blood somewhere spilled in this place, and yeah, next to it there are other broken things, but I'm just trying to set the scene. Our group doesn't see all of this. Next to the standing stones, there's this camp now, right? There are a few tents, rough hewn tents from animal pelts. There is a campfire, big one. There are people sitting around it, drinking, laughing. Crude jokes are being made, but they have a perimeter, and we see a couple of dogs, like gnawing on a bone or something. Not all as massive as the mastiff we already saw, but like maybe tall shepherd hounds or yeah, something like that. And yeah, the bandits are all like their armor is cobbled together, and their weapons are all very cobbled together from their axes, and just seldom a sword, mostly axes and spears. One of them maybe carries a bow, or a few of them carry bows, and yeah, as they approach, as our people, our group of warriors of Baden approach, and they see the shine of the campfire, Torwulf just goes low to the ground and holds the group and says, maybe we should check for a trap. Maybe we should check for arrows. I mean, archers. And like, he remembers the vision that he had of being pelted by arrows. And so he like directs a couple of people who go and see if there's a trap. Let's see. What would that be? Gather information, I guess. Or maybe it's secure the advantage, right? He's trying to secure the advantage with wits, like he's trying to be smart about it, trying to put the people in good positions and before the attack, and make sure that they are not surprised. It's a strong hit. Gain advantage. Choose. Gain the advantage. Choose one. Take control. Make another move and add +1. Prepare to act, take 2+1. Okay, I'm gonna take the +2 momentum, and we hear like a couple like silent or very quiet like bodies falling to the ground, and like the people of Baden are no joke, right? They know, okay, someone is someone is telling us to go kill some archers, and they go and kill some fucking archers. There's these people are used to hunting animals, stalking animals in the woods, being quiet. This is their terrain. This is these are dangerous motherfuckers. Yeah. This is actually being played right now, and you can join in if you want to. And we are just doing it as we welcome to the channel, by the way. All right. So where was I? Right. The people, we are going towards the camp of bandits. Some of them die immediately. This is a great start for us, right? Let's try and get them, and we get really close. Thanks to this advantage, we get really close, right? It's a strong hit. We get really close to the camp, and then we see them, like a dozen, maybe a bit more, fewer than us, but not by a lot. And everyone nods one last time, and then the screaming begins. It's like, for Frostclaw Valley! And Torwulf is like the first person in the camp of the bandits, and there's like a roar behind him as like this group of big, strong, burly people of Baden, like bear pelts and wolf pelts and axes, spears in hand, like these barbarians basically come out of the woodwork and just jump the bandits and try to kill them. Alright, let's start with a fight. See where this will take us. I think it's like the bandit camp, right? Bandit camp number 1. It's a whole camp, but we also have people around us. So I'm gonna make it a formidable foe. And we will see if this works. Let's see how this goes. We're gonna enter the fray. And yeah, this is hard, obviously. And do I get a +1? Oh, I don't think so. It's a miss. Well, shit. This is bad. So my foe has the advantage and I have to pay the price, right? Let's see. Let's pay the price first. It causes a delay or puts you at a disadvantage. Alright. So I jump up, Torwulf, jump up, goes for Frostclaw Valley, runs towards them, and he just doesn't see like one of the lines that holds the tent, and he trips over it and face down into the snow, into the dirt, and just tumbling through, falling into one of the tents, trying to get out of it, and then like just gets the tent out of his face as there's this giant bandit with a spear coming towards him. Yeah, the ambush, maybe some other guys had more luck with the ambush. Torwulf did not. And yeah, the clash begins. You can write !Torwulf in the chat if you want to know what we are doing right now. Let's see what is happening when we clash with this bandit. It's a weak hit. First I have to change the music. Let's go. Alright, it's a weak hit on the clash. So, I inflict my harm, but then I pay the price and my foe has the initiative. Alright, inflicting harm with a fighting weapon like the axe is 2. So I'm gonna mark this ×2. And, but my foe has the initiative and I have to pay the price, which means my foe also hits me, right? Pay the price usually means the normal, the obvious thing happens or you can roll. But the obvious thing is that like I get up, maybe I nick him in the shoulder with my axe, but only for a bit, and then he slams his spear forward, hitting me in the leg and getting it out, blood spraying on the snow and the tent. And I have to endure harm. Let's see how this goes. It's a weak hit. I just take the damage. Well, this is bad. Down to 2 health. The bandit camp is weaker than the brown bear because we have a lot of people with us and are in a generally favorable position, right? It's always, it's not a question of what the enemy is. It's a question of how are we, how have we positioned ourselves against how strong the enemy is. So, like, that can make a fight easier or harder depending. And we had a very good advantage with taking out the archers and having all the people with us. So I made it a formidable fight. I endured harm. After that, we have to clash again, right? So he hits me in the leg, then he just pushes forward. Torwulf is stumbling backwards, wasn't ready to fight someone like in this instant, wasn't ready because of the mistakes that he made, and then he realizes that he never prayed to varnish on his axe, so he can't even use his power move basically, and so we have to clash again. See what's happening. It's a weak hit again, so again we mark 2 progress, but again we have to endure harm. So the fight rages on like it already has. I get him a bit, he gets me. Maybe this time he gets me in the arm, and I hit him across the belly, but it's just like a small wound. Blood is spewing, but he's angry, and in his rage he doesn't feel it. It's a strong hit to endure harm, which is great, because then I can only suffer one momentum and 1 health. And I take the initiative from that. So, like, he gets me, but it's just a weak cut across the arm. I take his spear, I push him away, and while he's stumbling, I just duck low, run forward, and try to hit him with my axe as I run past him, which is a strike move. And I'll say this. Oh, nice. It's an opportunity. So I have a strong hit, which means I get an extra harm. So 1, 2, 3. Which I say, since this is the fight for the whole camp, like this kills the first bandit. Like I run past him, the axe deep in his belly, and then I rip it out, and he just falls over, slumps over, and I see maybe there's Talus, right? Talus already killed 2 of them and fights is fighting a third one, and I'm running towards him to help him, and then the opportunity is that I do the prayer, right? Like I run towards him and go, Farlish, help me in this fight. Lend me your strength. And yeah, I can pray to my god, and I feel the mark of the leech glowing on the axe as I keep running towards him, towards the enemy. And while Talus is facing him, and he sees me coming up behind him and grinning an evil grin, and I nod towards him, and yeah, the Talus kicks the bandit in the chest. As he stumbles toward me, I try to take my axe and bury it in his head. Let's see how this goes, and I'm gonna take the leech aspect on a hit. All right, let's see if this works first. Ooh, it's the same roll. All right, it's a strong hit again, which means 4 progress, which I can't even do. And I used the magic of the axe to get back 4 health. So, like, never was it this powerful, right? Like, I just split his head open, and I feel a surge of energy going through my body, like from the handle of the axe. I feel my wounds closing, and like back with full strength. And I see maybe one tall bandit fighting another one of our guys, and I look at him and I throw the axe towards him to finish this fight. Because I want to end the fight. I want to see if this works. Of course. I can... Yeah, I don't know. What is it? There are a few options that we have on a weak hit. The fight is over, so the axe flies through the air, kills the bandit, and he slumps over, and the victory is ours, right? We go, yeah! But then I look around and something is not right. This was way too easy. That is a very good idea. Thank you. Yes, I like that. This was too easy? No, that was exactly as easy as it should be. And I go towards the bandit, rip out the axe, and go, that was very well fought, when suddenly arrows are starting to fall on us. And some people pick up their shields, Torwulf dives behind maybe a broken tent or something, and Holmlund arrives. Because Holmlund has been warned, right? They caught our spy, and they sent people immediately to help the bandits, and they have arrived, and they are now coming for us. They were a little late to the party, but now they are there, and we just fought some bandits. And not everyone has a magic axe that heals their wounds, so this is bad. We're gonna clear the whole fight, and now it's us versus the people of Holmlund. Now, my question is, what strength are they? Are they a formidable foe? Or are they an extreme foe? From the situation, since they have arrows and shit, I would say they are more dangerous than the bandits than we fought just now. But an extreme foe is hard to beat. When an extreme foe hits me, I lose 4 health. Oh shit, I should have lost 3. Would that change something? Yes, I would only have 4 health. Yeah, you're right. You're right. As always, the chat holds me accountable. They have to be extreme. They have the advantage on us, and they caught us off guard. And yeah, so arrows are flying towards us, and we now have to fight another battle. Why do we always have to fight 2 fights in a row? Can't we just win a fight and then everything is fine? I had 10 marks. Alright. We will enter the fray. And we will roll a strong hit. On a strong hit, take 2 momentum and you have the initiative. Alright. So Torwulf jumps behind the tent and he just goes, shields! And many of the people of Baden just have shields. Excuse me. And the arrows pelt the shields. And he just robs towards crawls towards one of the people of Baden. Maybe it's the woman with the red hair, and she holds a shield and a spear in another hand, and she's just smiling and goes, "Now they've done it." And I nod towards her, and I'm behind her shield as well, and we run towards the people that are now coming out of the woodworks, and yeah, they have all spears and wear the colors of Holmlund, and just with screams, the 2 sides just run towards each other, and we just start the fight. And one of them is coming towards me and the woman, and I just go right, she goes left, and we try to see how this goes. Let's see, I will do the strike. It's a weak hit. So I get 2 marks, and which is now only 1 square. And yeah, so maybe I get him in the side, and I look towards the woman with the red hair, but she, without me seeing it, was attacked by another one, so she's out of the fight, and I'm like, oh shit, now I'm alone, and I have to change my strategy, which leaves room for the other guy to get me with his spear. It's a weak hit. So I'm gonna mark my progress. And I think I have to... Nope, the music is going. I mark my progress, but then he gets me, which is bad because this is an extreme fight, right? the woman with the shield is gone. The guy with the spear gets me like in under the shoulder, and it hurts like hell. And then I hear it, and like another arrow hits me in the leg, and I get -4 health, which brings me down to 0. You do remember that the fight with the bear was like crucial, and I nearly died, right? So now I'm at 0 health, and blood pouring from my legs and my shoulder, and I pushed and I tried to get the guy between me and from where I saw the arrow coming, and we clash again. Yeah. It's a strong hit this time. Inflict your harm and choose one. You have the initiative. I'm gonna take the harm. So I'm gonna mark 3 harm. Yeah, it makes sense that they're extreme. I know. It's just so hard. I don't want Torwulf to die. Alright. I have the initiative. This is good. This is good news. So I get between the archer and the guy, and then I see like an arrow sticking out of the neck of the guy in front of me. Friendly fire. He got shot by his own guy, slumps to the ground. I get low, run towards the archer, see him, he throws his bow away and takes out maybe an axe and runs towards me as well. The opportunity? Which opportunity? No, I did not take the opportunity from Enter the Fray. But that is past now. Or maybe that was the woman that was beside me and now she's gone. Alright. I run towards the archer. The archer has a small axe in his hand, and yeah, we fight. And I have the initiative, so I'm gonna strike him. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Run towards him with my axe in the air. This is bad. You must pay the price. So on a strike, the enemy doesn't hurt me, so that is not the obvious thing. So I'm gonna roll on pay the price, and it is a complication, which is bad. A new danger of foe is revealed. Right. So I attack the guy, and suddenly someone else... I try to attack the guy, but then someone else... I try to attack the guy, and then I don't know. Who's the new danger? It's just another bandit. I try to attack the guy, and then I hear the cracking of a whip, and my arm gets held in place, and I look around and I see this guy who very much resembles the one that I killed before, you know, that whipped the dog that I killed. Like, I think last session or the session before that. And he just goes and tries to attack me, and that is bad. And so I'm gonna give myself a -1 on the next clash. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Let's see. Still a strong hit, baby. This is what I'm talking about. Inflict my harm and do another harm. I'm gonna do that. 1, 2, 3. So he comes running towards me, and I just, with my strength, I rip the whip out of his hand, and he suddenly doesn't have a weapon, so he scrambles for a weapon, and during that I get towards the archer who was still ready to attack me, and I just bury my axe in his head, and he slumps to the ground, bleeding out, and I turn around to see the guy with the whip now has like a sword in his hand, and exactly like the dude before, seems to be some sort of captain or something, and he just growls and comes rushing towards me. That was a strong hit, so I have the initiative, so I will strike him now. It's a miss. But this guy, obviously a trained fighter, right? The other guys, bandits, maybe learned a few things here and there. This guy wields an iron sword, is wary, right? He saw me killing 2 people. He's ready for this fight to be hard, not to be over quick. And so he parries my axe just to the side, and he has the initiative, and I must pay the price, which is bad. It's stressful. Great, I'm gonna endure stress. Right, so Torwulf just feels this surge of doubt in his head. Like, alright, I killed people, but now, like, I'm bleeding, I'm getting weaker, it's cold, I'm not where the others are, I'm alone against this dude who's obviously really good at it. And I'm gonna take -1 momentum to not suffer any spirit damage. But then he like shakes his head, and I get an opportunity, and I'm gonna use the opportunity to pray to Varnish again, to be like, Varnish, these are the people we are here for. Lend me your aid. And he tries to bury his to pray again to his god. It's a weak hit, so I have to hit someone with the axe, or my momentum is limited, which is okay. So like he feels the anger of Varnish, and he feels like the surge of power clearing his mind, right? These doubts are burned away by pure anger and like divine frustration, and he just goes screaming towards the guy. Because now I'm thinking, my enemy has the initiative, but I have to endure stress, and so I rolled a strong hit, which gives me the initiative. You know what? I'm gonna ask the Oracle. Oracle, do I have initiative? Yes. Alright. Then I'm gonna act like I do. And I'm gonna strike him. Let's go. And again, he parries the axe away. Very much focused on me. Very much a trained fighter. Right, I have to pay the price, and my foe has the initiative. Let's see. It is stressful. Like, okay. So, the divine fury didn't last very long. And, oh, it's a strong hit again. Yeah, I'm still gonna take the hit, but then I'm gonna get 1 momentum back, right? So like it's stressful, but I'm gonna let the adrenaline push me to greater heights. And since I took initiative last time, this time I'm gonna give it to him, because it's the exact same thing, right? So we clash now, which could mean death for my character. Just throwing it out there. All right. Ah! All right. Strong hit. I'm gonna inflict 1 more harm. So, all right, and I get an opportunity. What's the opportunity? Oh my god, this game, it's so stressful. I'm fighting him. I I think maybe the opportunity is that in retrospect, I use the I use the X thingy, which gives me health back and inflicts more harm as well. 2 more harm. And I take his life force into mine, and it feeds me, and I'm gonna take 4. Oh, I could take 5, right? I did 5 damage. Like, he sees me, thinks he has me on the ropes. I'm weakened by the wounds that I had before, and then he goes towards me, and just with more luck or maybe divine intervention, I duck under his strike, and I hit him, and his blood coats the axe, and then I feel this surge of power. And when he turns around and I turn around, he sees me there standing in full strength, holding my axe. The wounds are closed and are not bleeding anymore, and Torwulf just goes, "This is not your day," and goes for a strike. Let's do this. Come on. Damn it. It's a weak hit. I inflict my harm, which is 2. And then it's the enemy's turn. And I have to pay the price, right? No, it was a strike. Oh, it wasn't a clash. All right. Now we clash. And so I get him, but just like he parries most of it, but maybe I graze his arm, right? And he starts to bleed, and he looks at me nervous, seeing all this weird shit going on. But he's a bandit, he's a captain, maybe a guard captain even, right? Of Holmland. And he goes and tries to attack me now. And is a very trained fighter, very dangerous. It's a weak hit again. I inflict my harm, but then pay the price, which means he hits me. So we now have 9 squares full, but he also hits me, which means I have to endure harm. This is good. It's a strong hit, right? So I only take 3, which means now I'm back to 2, like a deep cut on my other arm. Blood is again in the snow. I'm like, damn it. I hit him, he hits me. It's very like we are locked in this battle to the death. And I endured harm, a strong hit, which means I have the initiative. And I try a desperate move. I try to do like this half circle, turn around, and with all my might strike at his head. And I think I'm going to try to end the fight. I only have 9 squares, but I have the initiative. And I'm trying to end the fight now. Let's go. Strong hit. I aim straight for his head, and I cut it clean off. This is how we do it. Whew. Man, taking this magic axe was like the smartest thing ever. I think I would have died 3 or 4 times already if I didn't have this thing that can heal me. Wow. So. It's a strong hit. The fight is done. And again, a roar of victory goes through the people of Berden. Some of them are wounded. Many of them are wounded. A few have died, but way less than the enemies, right? We killed the bandits in one fell swoop, and then we fought off the Holmland guard. And then we get together, and it's like, I see Talus. I look at the woman with the red hair, the strong one, right? She's taller than Torwulf himself, muscly, spear and shield and spear. And I go to her. I never asked for your name. And let's see what her name is. We can ask the oracle. I need a woman's name. Galen can be a woman's name, I think. And yeah, she is usually a warrior, which just fits very well. And yeah, she looks and says, "My name is Galen, young one." Oh, what does this say? Young one, what? How old are you? And Torwulf goes, "How old is Torwulf? Have we ever established how old Torwulf is? I need your help, chat." Yeah, it's maybe too old, right? Maybe he's like 18, 17, 18. Yeah, he goes like, "I'm 18 summers. I've seen 18 summers in my life." And she goes, "Well, so I am older than you, like by a couple of years." And she grins and he goes, "Yeah, right. Anyway, well fought. Thank you for your help with the arrows." And yeah, no problem. Do you... we gotta get the spoils of victory if you want to join in. And Torwulf goes, "Oh yes, yes, I would like to join in." And we will try to like gather some supplies from the dead people. Let's see. Where is it? Resupply. You know what? Torwulf is not trying to supply. He has everything that he needs. Maybe he will take the sword. I think that makes sense. He will take the sword of the bandit captain and the whip of the guard captain of Holmlund. Just as a trophy for himself. And then he will try to look for information on whatever's happening here. And yeah, which is the right thing. And I think he's gonna ask everyone to help him, right? Let's find out what's happened here. See if you can find out why they are here, what they have done, what their connection to Homeland really is. And yeah, I'm gonna give him a +1 for that because he's not doing this alone. It's a strong hit. All right. Something helpful and specific. He sees the bandit captain and he realizes the guard captain that he fought in the end. And he realizes that this one was connected to the bandit that he fought, the bandit that whipped the dog, because they just look so much alike, like they must be family or something. Others find in the stone circle, they find broken relics, right? Like, that are probably from Holmlund, and some of them are recognized, like they are relics from the old gods, and or maybe have some significance in the religion for the old gods. Maybe there's like this, maybe a necklace that has been ripped apart that has some runes on it. And maybe there's like this goblet that had like this weird, this weird thing on it, like this pattern, this weird pattern on it that strongly resembles something of the old faith. Maybe there's like an elven arrow that has been broken, and yeah, many signs of like things that maybe were for the old gods that have been destroyed. And that is weird. And he finds this connection to Holmlund. And yeah, he finds that all the weapons of the bandits carry the mark of the smith of Holmlund. And like they find the weapons from the guards and the weapons from the bandits, and they all seem of a very similar make. And yeah, so Holmlund and the bandits work together to destroy things from the old gods. We don't know yet why, but like there's a strong indication that this is like the reason for their behavior seems to be in this, yeah, in this connected to the faith of the old gods. And yeah, the group comes back together. The dead are like the dead bandits and guards are thrown together. People have like bandaged themselves up. They have gathered new weapons, maybe better weapons than they had, because like there are iron swords and good axes, right? And maybe some pieces of armor, maybe some new boots. The people of Baden are not really careful or respectful when it comes to that. Only their own dead are obviously put to the side, and there are stones gathered that are put on top of them, and so the animals won't get them. And yeah, this is what we see also. Torwulf will try to bandage himself up with the help of the herbalist kit from his mother. And because of that, he gets a +2 on the roll. Right. Why would this work, right? Your aid is ineffective. Pay the price. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna pay the price. It wastes resources. Alright, I can work with that. Right, he uses the wrong herbs. He bandages his arm, but like nothing happens, and it itches, and it's like weird, and I'm just gonna take -1 supply, and yeah, that's what happens. It's fine. Could have been much worse, and yeah, like think about a new enemy appears or something. Fuck. But this is good. He bandages himself up and goes, oh, I don't know if I can take another fight like that. Let's make camp for the night and hope that we can get the others next time. And then, like, the people of Baden go, what? And we have to strike now. What if Homeland sends more reinforcements? What if they already sent more reinforcement? We have to fight them while they are still, while they still do not know what's going on. And Torwulf is like, like looks at his wounds and is like, alright. You are probably right. Strategically, it would be very dumb to keep fighting, to just stop now. He looks around, and like clearly the people of Baden are going, yeah, let's find them and fight more people. And he's like bandaged and hurt and nearly died twice. And it's like, all right, let's do that. I don't need rest or something. And this time, like the last thing he does is goes, Varnish, you've helped me already. I need you to help me once more. Can I do this? Yeah, I can do this once per fight, I think. Oh, it doesn't even have a limit. Great. So, he tries to pray to Varnish once more. Lend me your strength again. I will need it to drive them off your holy sites. And it's a strong hit. So we have activated the axe. There's a slight red glow on the mark of the leech as he picks up the axe and goes, alright, let's find these fuckers and kill them all. And then he walks into the woods, and the people of Baden, now with the new weapons, stronger armor, and an intent to kill, go behind him into the dark woods. And I think this is the last thing we see. And this is where we will pick up next time. And let's hope that the next two camps are as easily defeated. Well, it wasn't easy, this one. And yeah, Holmlund has sent reinforcement maybe to the others. We don't know yet. But I want to know what happens next. Join us next Monday, which is the 8th of August. Join us on my Twitch channel and tell me what happens next, maybe. Yeah, hope to see you all there. This is the end for the YouTube video, so try to be the light in the world, because it's getting dark out there. And I will see you next Monday when Torwulfs Stories continues with episode 5.